Hello everyone, this is a Samurai Jack episode review for Season 5, Episode 7, and I'm not exactly sure what to title this episode. Maybe, I've got two in mind right now since I didn't think about this. It could be The Duo, because, you know, we're pretty much looking at two stories here kind of at the same time, or it could just be The Quest or The Sword, something like that, The Quest for the Sword. But yeah, you know, this episode, really great and everything like that. But before I actually talk about the episode, one thing is that I am really glad that I did not make the theory that I was going to be doing yesterday. Because if you saw my last video, or like if you know my channel very well, I usually do 2 videos on Saturday, or just about 3 videos overall during the weekend. This time it's only going to be 2. I had a Samurai Jack theory in mind, thinking that, oh, maybe the High Priestess will be the final villain of the season, because Jack doesn't necessarily need to beat Aku to go back to the past. He just needs to go back to the past. So glad I did not make that theory. I was actually almost done, you know, making it and pretty close to actually recording audio for it, but super glad that I saw the summaries or synopsis for the next episodes, the next few ones, because it pretty much reveals that Jack is going to be fighting Aku. And, of course, within this episode, there are no more time portals, so he has to fight Aku. He is the final villain, and the High Priestess is dead, and she was not the final villain. So, yeah, that would have just been really and extremely embarrassing on my part if I had that video up and running right now, because non-stop comments would have just been, you're wrong, High Priestess is dead, not the final villain, Aku's final villain, so on. So, yeah. With that out of the way, let's actually get on to the episode. As again, it's really great. We get a few things pretty much confirmed that, yeah, you know, as I said before, Aku is the final villain. 2, we get the sword back. That's grateful. And 3, we actually know how the sword actually got lost, because it was in the first episode of this season that we just saw a flashback of the sword just falling down into the hole, but now we have pretty much the full scene and pretty much everything that led up to it, and that's gotta suck. And I find it just a little weird how he just drops his sword, it's right next to him, and then it just bounces about 6 to 10 feet away from him. That's a little weird. I don't know if it was like magnet powers or something, because, you know, as he said, I didn't exactly lose the sword. The sword just left me, because, you know, he pretty much killed innocent animals, but at the same time it was that self-defense. So that's a little weird in my book, but I'm guaranteeing if they didn't shrink back down into their normal size, like if they didn't go back to their original form, I would assume that the sword wouldn't exactly leave him, or, you know, he wouldn't drop the sword, but, you know, they did, and that happens. But, you know, he has the sword back now. He got through the whole quest and everything of going through, we're just going to call it the spirit world from Avatar, because that's basically what it is. He goes there, he confronts this old man, he has tea, it's terrible as he said, and then he pretty much has to defeat his ghost self, or the vision that he keeps seeing of himself. Almost any time that he's on screen, it's supposed to be a serious moment, but I can never look at him without smiling, because he looks so ridiculous on just the way that he moves, the way he expresses emotions, and just everything. It's so ridiculous that I love it. But, you know, Jack beats him and he gets his sword back. And not only does he get his sword back, but he gets his OG look back as well. So, no more, like, hair just waving now. It's actually in the little knot or ponytail that he has. And, you know, the beard's gone, so rip Jack's beard. You either loved it or you hate it. I know there's some people that are like, yeah, the beard's finally gone. You got people saying that, man, I love the beard. I love the scruff and everything. So yeah, that was Jack's story. Now, for pretty much the main hype of the episode, Ashy's part of the episode, since they pretty much happen at the same time. Ashy is defending Jack off against these marauders, or pretty much these men that are just there to kill Jack. I don't exactly know how they found them. I'm guessing they were following them for the few days or something like that, and they just probably found them, like, you know what, let's just go kill him. And, you know, seeing from the preview, I didn't know there was going to be that many men there for Ashi to actually fight. I thought there was only going to be 100. There's at least 1,000 that she killed alone just from punching them. And it's just beautiful. So glad that Jack actually brought her along. Not only that, so glad that the character development for Ashi has just been this way, because you get her from being gotta kill the samurai non-stop. That is what I live for, to I gotta protect the samurai with my entire life and everything. And she just slaughters these men non-stop. Like, her hand for a bit was actually just nothing but red from punching so many people and just all the blood on there. It's perfect. I love it. And then after she's just done destroying them, basically, she has to fight the High Priestess. She doesn't actually have a name, or you can just call her the mother of Aku's daughters. But yeah, High Priestess, you know, has a showdown with Ashi. And I wasn't exactly expecting that, as again with my theory that I didn't do. I thought she was going to be the final villain. Wasn't, and she got taken down by Ashi in this episode. Pretty good fight, actually. Really liked it. And yeah, that's pretty much the episode. In the next episode, let's talk about the preview. It looks like they're in a city. I don't know if it was the city that they were in the other episode before, you know, with all those blue people, or if it's another city that's pretty much like the same. I'm pretty sure it's a different city or something like that. But yeah, it looks like they're either running away from something. Well, I mean, they are running away from something. But at the same time, it also looks like they're looking for something. So they most likely got to deal with that. But guaranteed thing is they are running away from something, because, you know, they got the screeching animal or something that's in the background that's most likely hunting them through the city, and then they're lost. So yeah, this episode was really great. Really loved it. You know, Jack gets his sword back, gets the OG look and everything like that. It's really great. You know, evil Jack, I suppose you want to call him. Not exactly evil Jack, but Vision Jack is gone finally. We won't be seeing him anymore. Ashi, really great fight scenes. Very violent, brutal, and bloody. And it's what I love to see. It's perfect. And the High Priestess is gone. And now we're on the search for Aku and finally beating him. And then we go back to the past or something like that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have any questions, comments, or concerns, or any other discussion topics you guys want me to talk about. Leave a like and subscribe so I actually don't have trouble waking up in the morning. I actually did have trouble watching the episode, though. A little bit of a side note, because I had to fight a spider, and just a fun little fact, I am fucking terrified of spiders entirely. And this wasn't one of those small spiders you could just, you know, kill with a little tissue or, you know, just spray it or something. No, I had to get a boot, like an actual size boot, to kill it. So, yeah, I had to get the big boot. So, yeah, that kind of fucked with me when watching the episode, because I had to look at the spider, make sure it didn't disappear and killed me in my sleep, and then, you know, watch the episode. So, yeah, but other than that, you know, thank you for watching. Have a great day, have a great night, and everything else you know what to do. Bye.